The next president of the United States is going to face pretty much the same challenges that the current president has faced and is facing. They're very different and varied, but there is a common thread among them that I have called the end of power. And that has, the definition of that is that in the 21st century, power has become easier to acquire, harder to use, and easier to lose. That doesn't mean that the world doesn't have a lot of pockets of highly concentrated power. It means that those powerful entities, individuals, groups, organizations, countries, have more constraints in the way they can use their power, and there's a lot that they cannot get done. That in the past they were able, those with power, were able to do far more with their power than today. Donald Trump is an extreme example of the trends that define the end of power. Donald Trump came out of nowhere in terms of politics and challenged an established mega player, which is the establishment of the Republican Party. The elite, the group of the elders, of the influencers, of the dominant players of the Republican Party that historically defined who were the candidates for different electoral positions, and were a very important group. And everybody thought that they would continue to call the shots and that you could not really become the candidate of the Republican Party if you did not have the support of this establishment. And yet, and the establishment obviously did not like Donald Trump. Donald Trump was not the candidate of this very powerful entity, and yet he was a micropower that came out of nowhere, was able to dislodge the powerful members of the elite of the Republican Party. One of the things I often talk about is what I call ideological necrophilia. Necrophilia, as you know, there are some human beings that have a perversion in which they are in love with cadavers. They adore cadavers. They have a passionate love for dead bodies. Well, ideological necrophilia is the same with bad ideas, with bad policies, in which we have seen around the world how politicians embrace and push and peddle ideas that have been tried and tested time and again in the same country, in different countries, under different circumstances. And they always fail. They always end in tears. And yet here we are with politicians that continue to promote these ideas. There are zombie ideas, meaning that they look like they are alive, but in fact they're dead ideas. Dead because they don't work. And so one of the things that you see in all of these leaders that peddle certainty is that very often they embrace these ideas. They're ideological necrophiliacs.